to share a really nice flowing movement that's great for so many different areas of the body. If you would like, you can use a small ball that will go under the glutes and hip of one side. If you don't have a small, soft ball, it's not necessary. It's just going to add a little bit more tissue work in that area. So you would sit in what we call a Z-sit, and you want to try to line your front knee up with your hip, and then have the shin come across, and then the other leg is going to cross back behind you. If you're going to use the ball, it's going to come under the leg that's pointed forward, and it's going to be just off to the lateral side, the outside of your sits bone, so that it's kind of going to be more in the meat of your glute. And if it's challenging for you to sit in this position because of tightness that you have in your hips or your low back, you can also sit in a chair or on a yoga blanket, something that will prop your hips up a little bit for you so that you can be more in this position, okay? All right, so I'm going to choose to use the ball. So I'm going to set that right to the outside of my sit bone on the leg that is crossed to the front here. So as the leg comes forward, this is a nice stretch for the rotators in this side. And your same side arm as your leg that's forward is going to be back behind you slightly, fingertips turned back so that when you're facing forward, this shoulder is in an external rotation. Lift the spine tall, and we're going to start by rolling that back hip forward and turning the rib cage off to the side. Here you're going to get medial rotation of the shoulder because we're turning the body in towards that shoulder joint as it stays fixed, and stretching here. Now we're getting a whole stretch from the quad, up through the hip flexor, up through the front of the body, through the chest, through the arm. Keep the spine tall. And then you're going to roll the hip back down and open out. Now we're stretching through the chest. We're going into external rotation of this back arm, opening the chest and opening through here. We flow through it, reaching nice long spine and open. And reach and open. You'll feel stretch through the low back, through the upper back, out through the arm. We're getting pelvic rotation, spinal rotation, rotation of the shoulder, reaching through the abdominals, through the hip flexor, through the chest, stretching the back, latissimus dorsi. Beautiful flowing movement. Then we simply will switch to the other side. Place my ball. Okay, my front leg is pointed forward, knee is forward. Roll my hip, stretch long and open. Make sure that you don't collapse and are sinking in the shoulder, but that you keep the spine lifted, stretch long, stretch from that knee all the way up through the quad, through the hip flexor, through the abdominals. Reach the arm, but keep the shoulder down, and then open. Nice and long movements in both directions. So I hope that you will give that one a try. Leave me some comments, let me know what you think, and thank you for joining me again today.